The greatest of all time. A phrase first said by Muhammad Ali in 1974 after he won his bout against George Foreman. At that time, little did he know this one phrase would influence media for generations to come, transforming sports, music, and entertainment in ways he could never have imagined. The term GOAT wasn't even coined until 1992 when Muhammad Ali's wife created the company GOAT Incorporated. And it was not until the year 2000 where rapper LL Cool J released his album GOAT and rose his acronym to popularity, changing pop culture forever. Who's the greatest basketball player of all time? Who's the greatest rapper alive? The GOAT debate has been happening for a long time now, and it somehow seeped its way into anime. There has been one show that stands at the pinnacle of the mountain and has retained its #1 spot on my anime list for over a decade.
Fullmetal Alchemist.
Since this show's inception to the top spot, there have been hundreds of anime that have been released, and only a handful of them have been able to dethrone it. Attack on Titan, Bleach, Your Name, Gintama, Fruits Basket all have taken the #1 spot at one point in time, only for Fullmetal Alchemist to rip it from their hands and reclaim its throne. What makes Fullmetal Alchemist so special for the community to rate it so highly? Is it the story, the characters, the fights, episode 4? What makes it the undisputed king of my anime list? In this world, alchemists are able to create almost anything, as long as they follow alchemy's first law of equivalent exchange. The possibilities are endless, from using stone to create handheld weapons to using the very air to shoot fire from their hands. But there's still one thing that alchemists are forbidden to do, and that's human transmutation. In the history of alchemy, those who have tried have failed, but that didn't prevent these two brothers, Edward and Alphonse, from attempting to bring back the dead. During their attempt, it backfired quickly, where Alphonse lost his entire body and Edward lost his left leg. In order to regain their bodies, the brothers decide to venture out into the world as state alchemists to find the Philosopher's Stone, which is the only thing that's able to bypass the law of equivalent exchange and create miracles. And yeah, that's basically the whole plot of the show, but that's not what makes this show special. The world of Fullmetal Alchemist is vast and filled with references that matches the aesthetic of the real world. Take the country of Amestris for example. A lot of the influences are from Germany. You can already see it in the building structures and hear it in the characters' names and that one scene that is a little bit too real. Then there's the Ishvalan people, who are strong-minded individuals having conservative beliefs on the topic of alchemy and completely reject it ever since Amestris has taken it over. And to the far east of Amestris, across the desert, there's a foreign country called Xing, where they have their own chain of command and their style of alchemy is more medicinal. These three, Amestrius, Ishval, and Xing, each one of them have their own culture and beliefs, as well as people with their own unique look based on where they are from. Characters from Amestrius actually look believably German. Ishvalans can be spotted a mile away with their white hair, dark brown skin, and red eyes. And Xing of course is based on China, where the characters actually represent that from the clothes that they're wearing to the way that they look. So far everything I talked about is just the foundation of the world, and for it to truly be special, the very characters that live in it also have to be well written. There are many unique characters in Fullmetal Alchemist. Characters such as Alex Armstrong, Scar, Sho Tucker all have affected Edward and Alphonse in some way or another. My second time watching this show, I have to say one of my favorite characters is Alex Armstrong. During the Ishvalan War, he did some heinous acts that were against his morals, and to atone for these actions, he decided to help the Elric brothers. He showed the brothers the brighter side of alchemy through his actions, leading them by example. And on the complete other spectrum of Armstrong, there's Sho Tucker. In the first couple of episodes, the show seemed lighthearted, then out of nowhere,
that person, Edward.
well, at least it didn't become a furry. Sho Tucker showed Edward and Alphonse the world of alchemy is dark and a scary place, helping them mature and become a better alchemist. But for the whole plot of the show, there are many character interactions, not even with the main characters, that are especially relevant. Every word spoken, every meticulous action a character does are like little puzzle pieces to the story, and the further you get into the anime, the bigger the picture becomes. I can keep talking about the story, the characters, the plot, and all that for this anime, but what really stands out are obviously the fights. Compared to most other shonens, Fullmetal Alchemist fights are much more unique because of the way they display alchemy when they fight. It's fluid and really imaginative. The use of alchemy is second nature to everyone. It's like an extension to their body. Like here's this one scene where Alphonse is transforming his leg into a sword. Then to dodge an enemy attack, he uses the ground, shooting him up into the sky, and rides it like a dragon to continue fighting his opponent. With everything I just described and explained about this anime, would it make this anime the greatest of all time? Well, some may say the fans rig the votings whenever an anime overtakes it, and others that have watched it and say, yeah, that's a pretty good show, and rank it really highly. And yeah, no other anime has stayed on top for this long. It'll stay on top forever. Never mind. Nah, FMA fans are different, man. Oshi no Ko was only rank 1 for like 2 or 3 weeks.